Have you ever noticed how a single negative thought can spiral into a whole day of frustration? Maybe it's a criticism at work that sticks in your mind, or a personal doubt that whispers, "You're not good enough." Suddenly, that one thought becomes a heavy cloud, doesn't it? And if you're over 34, juggling careers, families, maybe even caring for aging parents, it's easy to feel like negativity is just part of the package. Here's the thing. Negativity isn't a life sentence. It's a habit. And habits can be broken. Today, we're diving into the wisdom of Gaur Gopal Das, a monk, motivational speaker, and master of mindset shifts, to learn how to strip away that mental clutter and unlock a version of yourself that's unstoppable. Not by ignoring life's challenges, but by rewiring how you respond to them. Let's start with the first step. Awareness, the art of catching yourself. Gaur Gopal Das often says, "You can't fix what you don't see." Think of your mind like a garden. Weeds, negative thoughts, grow naturally, but if you don't notice them, they'll take over. So how do you spot them? Start by pausing for just 60 seconds a day. Sit quietly and ask, what's dominating my mental space right now? Let's start with the first step. Awareness, the art of catching yourself. Gaur Gopal Das often says, "You can't fix what you don't see." Think of your mind like a garden. Weeds, negative thoughts, grow naturally, but if you don't notice them, they'll take over. So how do you spot them? Start by pausing for just 60 seconds a day. Sit quietly and ask, what's dominating my mental space right now? Here's an example. A friend of mine kept feeling overwhelmed at her job. She did this exercise and realized 80% of her stress came from replaying a single comment her boss made weeks ago. Just naming that thought, "I'm stuck on criticism," gave her power to move forward. Your turn. Grab a notebook. Write down one recurring negative thought this week. No judgment, just observe. Awareness is your first act of rebellion against negativity. Now, step 2. Reframe your narrative. Once you've identified the weed, it's time to replant the seed. Gaur Gopal Das teaches that every challenge has a hidden lesson. Lost a promotion? Maybe it's a nudge to explore a passion project. Had an argument? It could be a chance to practice empathy. This isn't toxic positivity, it's strategic perspective shifting. Let me share a story Gaur Gopal Das tells. A man frustrated with his noisy neighbors started viewing their laughter as a reminder to cultivate joy in his own life. Instead of resentment, he felt gratitude. Crazy, right? But it works. Your homework: take that negative thought you wrote down and ask, what's this trying to teach me? Reframe it aloud. For example, "I'm overwhelmed with responsibilities" becomes "I'm learning to prioritize what truly matters." And here's the third tool. Curate your inputs. Gaur Gopal Das compares the mind to a smartphone. It performs best when you clear the junk. What are you feeding your brain? Scrolling doom-filled news headlines first thing in the morning? Or spending time with people who drain your energy? Start small. Follow one social media account that inspires you. Swap a complaining coworker's coffee chat for a walk with a friend who uplifts you. Think of it like this. If you ate fast food every day, you'd feel sluggish. Your mind works the same way. Feed it nourishing content and relationships. One viewer told me she replaced her nightly crime dramas with documentaries about resilience, and within a month, her anxiety dropped. You don't have to quit reality TV cold turkey. Just add one positive input. Your mind will thank you. Now, these 3 steps, awareness, reframing, and curating, are like cleaning the lenses of your mental glasses. The world hasn't changed, but suddenly, you see possibilities instead of problems. And guess what? This is just the beginning. Imagine what happens when you go deeper. You know, I used to think positivity was something you either had or you didn't, like eye color or a talent for singing. But Gaur Gopal Das taught me something radical. Positivity is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And just like building physical strength, it starts with small, intentional repetitions. Let's talk about how to flex that muscle. First up, the gratitude reset. Gopal Das calls gratitude the antidote to entitlement. When negativity creeps in, it's often because we're focusing on what's missing instead of what's present. Here's a simple trick. Every morning, before you check your phone or even get out of bed, name 3 things you're grateful for. And here's the catch, make them specific. Not my family, but the way my daughter laughed yesterday, or the smell of coffee brewing. A man I mentored did this for a week during a rough patch at work. By day 7, he realized his terrible job actually gave him flexibility to coach his son's soccer team. His stress didn't vanish, but his perspective shifted. Negativity loses its grip when gratitude takes center stage. Try it tomorrow. 3 things. Specific. Watch what happens. Next, the power of and. Gopal Das often says life isn't black and white, it's both/and. You can feel tired and motivated, overwhelmed and capable. This tiny word, and, stops negativity from hijacking your truth. Let me explain. If you think, I'm stressed about this deadline, and I'm doing my best, you acknowledge the struggle without letting it define you. It's not denial, it's balance. See how that works? One of my viewers shared that she started using this during caregiving for her mom. I'm exhausted, and I'm proud of how I'm showing up. That and became her lifeline. Your turn. Next time a negative thought hits, add an and with a strength. Write it down. Say it out loud. It's like giving your mind a ladder to climb out of the negativity pit. Now, let's tackle a big one. Protect your energy like it's gold. Gopal Das compares energy to a bank account. You wouldn't let strangers withdraw from it, right? Yet we often let toxic conversations, guilt trips, or even pessimistic TV shows drain us daily. Start auditing your energy expenses. Ask, does this interaction leave me fuller or emptier? If it's the latter, it's time to set boundaries, kindly, but firmly. A friend of mine had a colleague who constantly complained. She started replying with, I hear you. What's one thing that's going well today? Either the conversation shifted, or the colleague avoided her. Either way, her energy stayed intact. You don't have to be rude, just intentional. Protect your mental space like it's the last battery on your phone. Because in a way, it is. Here's the beautiful part. Every time you choose gratitude, reframe with and, or guard your energy, you're not just avoiding negativity, you're building a fortress of resilience. And the stronger that fortress gets, the less life storms can shake you. But wait, there's more. Imagine combining these tools with. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt truly unstoppable? Not because everything was perfect, but because you knew, deep down, you could handle whatever came your way. That's the power we're unlocking today. And with these final tools from Gopal Das, you'll have everything you need to turn that fleeting feeling into your new normal. First, let's talk about the art of detachment. Now, detachment doesn't mean apathy. Gopal Das describes it as holding life lightly, like a butterfly in your palm. When you cling too tightly to outcomes, will I get the promotion? Will they like me? You give negativity room to grow. Instead, focus on your effort, not the result. Pour your energy into what you can control, then release the rest. A woman I know struggled with her adult son's career choices. She'd lie awake worrying, what if he fails? Then she shifted her mantra to, I've shared my wisdom. Now I trust his journey. The worry didn't vanish, but it lost its chokehold. Your turn. Pick one area where you're clinging. Say aloud, I'll do my part, then let go. Watch how lightness replaces the weight. Next, Ritualize Renewal. Gopal Das emphasizes that even monks need routines to stay centered. Your mind thrives on rhythm. Create a daily negativity detox ritual, just 10 minutes. Maybe it's morning pages where you dump worries onto paper, then burn them, safely. Or a sunset walk where you literally shake off stress. One viewer told me she hums her favorite hymn while washing dishes. It's her mental reset button. Find yours. Here's mine. Every night, I write one win, big or tiny, on a slip of paper and drop it here. On hard days, I pull out a few and remember, I've overcome before. Rituals aren't about perfection. They're about consistency. They signal to your brain, we're safe. We're grounded. We've got this. Finally, serve to strengthen. Gopal says, the fastest way to drown out negativity is to amplify someone else's light. When you're stuck in your own head, shift focus outward. Text a friend a heartfelt compliment. Volunteer at a community garden. Help a stranger carry groceries. Service isn't just altruistic, it's strategic. It reminds you of your power to make a difference, no matter how small. A man in our community started doing this after his retirement left him feeling irrelevant. Now, he says sending one kind message daily gives him purpose. It's like I'm depositing good karma into the world, and my own soul. Try it this week. One act of service. Notice how your doubts shrink when your impact grows. So let's tie this all together. Removing negativity isn't about silencing life storms. It's about building an unshakable inner calm. Awareness, gratitude, and energy boundaries, detachment, rituals, service, these aren't just tools. They're declarations. I choose my mindset. I choose my peace. I choose to be unstoppable. Now, I want to hear your declaration. Drop a comment below. Which of these resonated most? What's one step you'll take today? Let's build a community of unstoppable souls right here. And if this video sparked something in you, hit like. It helps others find this path too. Don't forget to subscribe. We've got more mindset adventures ahead. Remember, negativity is a guest, not a resident. You hold the keys. Now go, reclaim your mind, your joy, your unstoppable self. I'll be right here, cheering you on every step of the way.